All right. Good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday, day 5. So I wanted to also give you guys some insights of what you can find around your house to help you with your yoga practice in case you don't have yoga blocks or the props that you traditionally find at a yoga studio. Okay, and again, it's Christina with Bhakti Yoga Foundation. And you're gonna want a pillow. It can be any pillow. Doesn't necessarily have to be a Halloween pillow, but it could be any pillow that makes you smile, okay? And bring that onto your mat. And then, if you don't have a blanket, you can always use a towel. And you can take your towel and fold it in half again, and then fold it in half again. And then you can use that for underneath your head. You can also roll the towel up in the various sizes to create more support for yourself through your practice. So that's just another option. Also, we'll utilize it in child's pose to place underneath or behind your knees. So that's something to use as another tool and resource. Another bonus of having a towel is you can also use it as a strap. So if you don't have a strap or a bungee or one of those elastic straps, then you can always just use your towel and place that around your foot. You have long enough ends on the towel to utilize that in your practice, on your home practice. And then also your water bottle, or for those of you that have coffee tumblers, you can use that in replace of a block. And actually my students taught me this little trick in an outdoor yoga class, that if you don't have a block, you can use your water bottle. It's pretty much about the same height of a block, and it brings the earth to you, and it's just as supportive. So you have those options. For those of you just joining us, welcome to our 30 days of collective healing, Don't Harsh My Mellow, daily free yoga practice every single day. And today's flow is going to be more of a slow flow, so we're going to hold poses for about 5 breaths and just really tune into our bodies in a more somatic way. So welcome everybody. Today we're going to start laying down on our mats. So lay down on your back. Lengthen through your spine and roll your shoulders into the earth. And now with all the tools and all the props that I just went over with you, you are welcome to utilize those as you come into this sacred space. And then find a gentle smile on your face and relax your whole body. Take a deep breath in and deep breath out. Do 2 more of those. Big breath in and out. Again, big breath in and big breath out. Allow your eyes to close, the jaw to relax. So we just come into grounding meditation this morning. For those of you just settling into your space or waking up to get present this morning. Allow your breath as you inhale to deepen ever so softly. And then exhale, hearing maybe ever so slightly the sound of your exhale. And just bring awareness and observe your body. Observe it. No attaching, just observing how the breath is moving freely. Notice the wiggling of the fingers, the toes, the wrist rotations, the subtle movements that you offer yourself this morning as you lay on your mat. Maybe the head rolling back and forth. Or maybe you take your arms up behind you, reaching back and get a good morning stretch. But take the next 5 to 10 breaths to come into gentle movements this morning. Maybe you draw your knees to your chest and hug yourself and roll from side to side. But take this time as we go through this meditation together to tune into the breath and the body connection. The breath and the body, the moving, the linking, the joining, the yoga. Today's meditation comes from David McAllister. and it's entitled The Land of Far Distances. And as you're breathing, I invite you to close your eyes and visualize yourself in the most beautiful place so far. For me, I recently came back from this magnificent trip in Utah, an Angel's Landing, and couldn't believe what I saw. And maybe for that, that's where I go today. Just the vast expansion of what the divine's providing for you. Maybe it's so beautiful. It could be the ocean. For those of you that jump out of planes, maybe it's the vast expansion of the world beneath you. So take yourself into that space now, land of far distances. And view a land that stretches afar. To view this land of far distances is to be lifted above the circumstances of the immediate present to gain an eternal perspective. To view this land of far distances is to be lifted above the circumstances of the immediate present to gain an eternal perspective. During difficult times, the divine enables us to see our lives from the divine's viewpoint and regain that hope. Allow your meditation to offer yourself this openness and expansion. Become that far land. Become that far land to rise above. Today, Divine Source, we lift our eyes from the circumstances that discourage us to see you in your splendor and to find peace. Find peace. Find peace. And allow your practice this morning to invite peace. Maybe it goes as far as your good deed today is to forgive yourself and others. And that could be the hardest thing, to rise above the current circumstances. Now breathe into your own inner peace in this space. And exhale fully. And then if you're moving and gently guiding yourself through these fun movements, now come to stillness for a moment and take 3 breaths. Relax the eyebrows. Now relax your tongue. 9. And then kindly, if you're on your back, draw your knees into your chest. Hug yourself here, rolling back and forth. And give yourself permission to massage along the sides of the spine. The spine in itself. And then coming back to stillness, hands down, take the legs up towards the sky, flex the feet. Now you have an option to place that pillow underneath you. Those of you that happen to have blocks, you're welcome to use your blocks. Point the toes, flex the feet as we wake up this morning, making little rotations with the ankles if you like. For those of you that would like a little bit more movement, bend the knees, bring the hands towards the feet, and begin to play with happy baby pose into butterfly pose. And consciously taking the breath with you. So you're breathing into the hip flexors this morning, breathing into emotional releases, part of forgiveness, part of the discovery. Get curious with yourself. We have lots of time to reflect. If your legs are at 90 degrees still, then allow yourself an offering to lower an inch and float the legs back up, playing with the core. And allowing this connection to breath and movement. If you are floating the legs up and down, keep the shoulders down and draw the lower belly in towards the mat as to not lift and strain the lower back. Just 2 more rounds of breath. If the legs are long and they're reaching down towards the ground and flowing up like a mermaid tail, keep squeezing the thighs towards one another so you become one long line of energy. Take 1 more breath here. And then kindly bring the knees in towards your chest and hug yourself. Continue to make some circles here in opposing directions, knees away from each other, or you can keep them together and circle in one direction for a count of a few breaths, and then in the other. Now, for those of you utilizing a chair or would like a variation of this practice, you can do everything that we're doing in a chair as well. So you can still be seated and move the knees around in opposite directions, okay? Really working towards the modifying. As we'll be holding poses for a certain amount of time today, I'll be able to go over the chair versions for you. From here, go ahead and pause to center. Feet down on the ground. Press the heels into the earth and slide the heels in just about under the knees, if able. Press the shoulders into the mat, so you're going to notice a lift in the chest. The shoulder blades are going to want to snuggle towards each other, creating back cleavage. Wink, wink. Now, hands down, lift the heart. Now push into your feet and the balls of your feet, the space right under your toes, lift your butt off the ground. Now draw your knees forward and lift the tummy and the butt higher. Push the hands down. Sustain for 5 breaths. Those in a chair, you would be obviously sitting, so your feet will be as close to the legs of the chair as possible. Hands to the back edge of the chair. Hold it. Lift the chest and roll the shoulders back. Your butt will be on the chair, so you're pushing your tushy into the chair as you're lifting your chest. We're taking 3. Soft jaw, please relax and keep your head straight and no turning. And then when you're done, slowly release the hips down, relax the shoulders, roll it out. Windshield wiper the knees or draw them into your chest. If you're in the chair, a couple movements. And also remember, those in the chair, move the shoulders as well, okay? Because you're working through the upper body too. When you're ready, let's take our second bridge pose. Same options apply, chair practitioners. Those that are on the earth, if you would like to take your pillow and place it underneath your lower back, you're welcome to rest here instead in a restorative version of your bridge pose. You'll be here for 5 breaths. Those of you that would like more intensity and you're lifting up, maybe interlace the fingers, walk the shoulders close, but not too much. You're still waking up now. And then just play with lifting the hips higher, pressing into the forearms, the biceps. Maybe you're lifting one leg up and playing with that today up towards the sky. So whatever you'd like to play with this morning, again, inviting movements into the hold to explore and get curious. Notice where your breath is holding and where you're surrendering. There's that word again. And then finally, after about 5 rounds, the way we come in is how we come out, and we slowly let it go. Again, invite the knees to wiper side to side or draw them in. So offering yourself that which serves the lower back the best for you. then coming back to center. Draw the knees in, happy knees. And from this space, roll over in one direction as we make our way up to hands and knees. Hands and knees. I really enjoy working through tabletop position. This is a space where you can use your blanket and roll it up to support you, and as well in conjunction with the upper portion of your mat for my wrists that are sensitive, okay? So that way you have more length. And don't draw your shoulders directly over. Salute. Salute to good health and blessings, sister. Bless.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. And then draw the shoulders just in a direction, but not all the way over. Okay, because you don't want to strain. Spread the fingers wide and now engage so that you're pushing energy into the finger pads. Roll the shoulders back, lift your chest a little bit. Good. Now, you're going to play with walking your knees back slightly and make this comfortable for your knees. So if you have another towel, you need to roll your mat up, please do so. Drop the belly, lift the chest, and exhale, round. And what I mean by that is just let your belly drop down. Imagine a little cow and its little belly dropping down, or like a really fat little dog. And then when you exhale, imagine a Halloween cat arching its spine and just, eek, don't touch me. It doesn't want you to touch its belly. And then the little puppy comes by and is like, yes, touch my belly. So imagine that as you're rolling back and forth, and then find your smile. There you go. I just like to laugh a lot, y'all. You knew this. Now from here, we're going to come back to tabletop position, hold, push back, child's pose. Now your knees can be together or to the width of the mat. This is the other place where I said you can take your towel, place it between the knees, right underneath like the knees and the thigh, and come back. You can take your pillow and place it under your head and rest. If y'all are cheating and got them body pillows, first of all, I envy you because I love those things. And second of all, it's the greatest bolster ever. Place it between your thighs and just melt into that space. So good. You might just grab one more if you're lucky. Good, at the store. Now go ahead and stay here, my 5. Otherwise, if you want to add more, walk over to the right. But really take your belly up and over the thigh to get the biggest benefit of the stretch. And then start to walk up, forward more. So now you're going to feel a stretch in the left. Now note, your left hip wants to move forward. So push into the left hand to bring the left hip back. So there's a benefit to the side stretch in this child's pose. It's not just we're going to move over here for fun. And then you just stretch, stretch, stretch. You should feel a stretch through the lower left ribs, drawing the left hip back, and the belly button drawing up and in to create space. On the last breath, it's a slow walk. Come back to center. Melt over your pillow. Melt over the space in center. Inhale, look up. And now let's walk over to the other side. And please adjust yourself if you have sensitive knees and need to make the mat more comfortable. Lift the belly up and over the left thigh as you reach. And then push into the right hand and draw actively that right hip back. So you're not overstretching, but just getting the best stretch for you today. Because tomorrow is different. Tomorrow is different. 5 minutes is different. And bring awareness to your belly button. Draw up and in on the exhale. Really working through the organs. This is how we purify. The same fire that burns is the same fire that purifies. When you're ready, slowly make your way back to center. And then from here, inhale, tabletop position. Remove the props from around you, or if you need to reposition them for other places on your body, please do so. And find your way through cat-cow or side stretch, making gentle movements for yourself. When you are balanced, come back to center. Lift the right leg up. Kick it back. Look forward. Hold for 5 breaths. Option to take the left arm forward. Those that like to move, elbow to knee. Rounding the spine. Remember to draw the tummy up and in. Create that space you need to sustain here. Nice and strong. When you hit 5, left hand down, right leg lifts, elbows in, chest towards the earth. 5 breaths. Those of you in a chair, leg up, bend the elbows, chin forward. Nice, nice, Caroline. Nice, this little mod of 5, rock star. When you get to 5, push down, rise up. Leg is still lifted. Breathe. Good. Draw your knee in and child's pose. Shake it out. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Shaky, 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 shaky. That Yankee. Come back to center, friends. Sometimes I have to just laugh, okay? Left leg long. Right arm forward. 5 breaths. Shaky, shaky, shaky. Y'all who are texting your friend during yoga is not doing yoga, okay? Breathe. Come back to your breath. Thank you. If you're rounding, continue to round and then hold at least for 1 stationary pose once you're complete. Hand down, elbows draw in, leg rises, little sunburst bow. Hang out here, 5 breaths. On your 5th breath, press up and draw the knee down. Push back, child's pose, and rest. Couple of breaths there. Really working through the throat chakra, being able to speak your truth, and being able to find that forgiveness from within. Make all the little adjustments. And slowly make your way up to downward facing dog. Walk your dog. Make all of the adjustments you need. Roll onto the tops of your toes. Whatever you like for your downward dog. You can have a really funky downward dog right now. Whatever you like for your downward dog, please offer that, and then we'll play with getting into the space. Those of you in a chair, your hands will be at the back edge of the chair, and just allow your hips to come back, coming into the letter L shape with a gentle bend in the knees. You also can walk back and forth, lift a doggy paw, etc. 3 more breaths, friends. Now when we get to that 5th happy little breath, come back to stationary dog for a moment. And then lift the right leg up. Doesn't have to be high. As a matter of fact, keep it low. Keep it about hip level. Good. Yeah. Now, take a nice deep breath in here. Now, step this right foot forward and take your left knee down to the ground, please. Take your pillow or your blanket or your mat to make your knee comfortable. Knee over ankle, please. TP the fingers. Look forward. Now you have an option to play here and move back and forth for 5 breaths. Or simply straighten the leg, walk your hands back so you bring the earth a little closer to you. Bend the knee slightly for those of you if this is way too intense. Or take that water bottle, bring the earth to you. Left hand on the thigh, look forward. Zip up through the belly, keep the spine long, lean slightly forward for your stretch. 5 breaths. So very nicely modified here. If you're in a chair, you are standing and you are here. 5 breaths. Right leg is long, back foot is cemented, pressing into the back of the chair. Relax your jaw, relax your tongue. Hips stretching out is no fun, but we make it fun. Bend into that front knee now so you can get some fluid back into the hip and move back and forth. And move back and forth. Now, staying right where your left knee is, you're just going to walk your right foot out to the side, even those of us in the chair. Okay, to the side. And then your right hand is going to visit the right thigh like we did yesterday. You're just going to let the hips come down and you're going to let your knees sway out. This is a nice spot, friends on the ground. Use your water bottle to bring the earth to you. Really TP the fingers and find a way to cement yourself there. I will show you that too. So, knee is down. Hand can come to your coffee mug. Caroline, grab your coffee mug. Ugh. Just don't spill it. And then hips down. And this could be here today. That's it. Good. You're working towards the direction up. Don't force it. You got 2 more breaths, y'all. One for good luck. Nice. From here, slowly take your left foot to meet the right. Step. Like a sumo wrestler. Forward. My references, y'all. Now, inhale, roll up, please. Roll up. Reach the arms up. Oh, ho, ho. Exhale. Side to side. Side to side. Side to side. This is a nice time to take a sip of coffee. Drink a little bit of water. Wipe the sweat off your brow. But what's most important? Breathing. Let's come back to center. Arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Those of you in the chair, you know where to go. Hang out there. Let's make our way into downward dog. Let's walk it out. Very important to walk out the hamstrings. Take up as much space as you like. Take one more breath. And then let's come back to a neutral position. Lift that left leg up, y'all. Not too high, baby. Just keep it hip level. There you go. There you go, friends. Nice. Couple breaths here. 3 more. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Give your neck some space. Imagine that you're wrapping these shoulders around your rib cage. Push into your hands. Push that front of the mat away. And then bend that knee, and then take that knee forward. Take your foot forward. And now the right knee is going to come down, friends. And now again, all the things that we discussed before can be applied here. Okay? Just hold into this space for a couple breaths. Couple breaths. You've got to walk back and forth, rock back and forth. For those of you that are here today and you're fine here or here or here or here, start to bring your hips down more, okay? So when you get into your stretches, give yourself these breaths to explore. I like to start in the beginning, in the foundation. Check in. Where am I today? Today I'm feeling pretty tight, so, because I didn't skateboard yesterday. That's why. Yeah, for my earbuds. Y'all, total confession, I had an attachment issue to my earbuds yesterday and I couldn't go skateboarding. Talk about being in my head. See, we go through it too, yoga teachers go through it too. Super real. Super real. All right, beautiful beings. Let's come forward. Shake that out a little bit here. Now, walk your left foot out to the side, please. Again, readjust your back knee. Get comfortable here because this one's a little bit more intense. Hand down or take it out to the side. Get comfortable here so that you can have yourself supported. And then start to let the hips come down, journey forward, and then let the left knee journey out. Your foot's gonna come off the ground, but not the whole foot. Just up into the pinky edge of the foot. That's it. That's it. Now look at the shoulders, okay? Don't be here. Be proud. Be here. Be open. Be open to receive. To receive. It's really hard to use this water bottle, y'all. This is challenging. Now, when you come to that 5 rounds of breath, slowly come back to center. Shake it out and wiggle it out. Okay? Wiggle it out. Remove all the props that you don't need. And we are going to come to downward facing dog. Downward dog. And now shake it out, walk it out. Shake it out, walk it out. Big breath in. Big breath out. 2 more rounds. Now remember, when you come, not when I come, when you come to your 5th breath, lift your tippy toes and let's come forward. When you find your forward fold, bend the knees and allow yourself to come into a ragdoll position. Shake the head yes, shake the head no. And then let the shoulders get loose. I really want to say literally here. Literally, relax your head. Till you get started. And then hands to shins, look forward. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Reach the arms up. Palms kiss. Exhale, hands to heart center. Big breath in. Big breath out. Bend the knees. Feet hip distance or together. But let the bunions touch and let the heels come away so that they're a nice alignment. So your knees stay touching if that's where you're going today. That way you can keep everything squeezy squeeze. Otherwise, keep the feet hip distance. 2 fists will measure the distance for you. Those in the chair, you're already in chair pose. Reach the arms up, biceps frame your ears. Sit back, go back. Visualize the eyes or the knees coming behind the little toes. Now actually do it. There you go. Good. Smile. Nice. Now Squeeze the glute. Now relax the glute and sit back. Very good. Now, exhale, fold over your legs. Shift the weight slightly forward. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Now shift the weight into the heels. Scoop the earth. Utkatasana chair pose. 3 more breaths. Soft eyes. Take note of the shoulders. If it's intense today, maybe the hands are at heart. Maybe the hands are at the thighs. Maybe the shoulders are rolling back. 5, exhale, come down. And gently shift the weight forward. Last time. 5 breaths. Your favorite version of chair. You can play with different variations. Maybe hands on hips. Maybe interlace the fingers. Stretch the shoulders. Maybe you reach for opposite elbows. Once you're complete, relax the hands, fold forward, shake the head yes, and shake the head no. Mindful to bend into the knees and alleviate any lower back sensitivity. Reach over for your block, water bottle, or coffee mug and place it right in the center space of your face. Take your right hand and place it on that water bottle or support system. Bend the right knee. Let the hips, the weight shift to the right. And let the left leg lengthen as you reach the left arm up and twist. 5 breaths. From the front, it looks like this. When you are done, so some of you might add a lot more on here and come into binds and more open spaces. Please offer that. Really give yourself what you need. But when you're done, just release that left hand down and let's switch. Bend the left knee. Shift the weight into the left. Let the weight push into that left hand, into the block, into the earth. And then begin to open the body up and reach up towards the heavens above. Now you can reach for your hand for the sacrum, right at the lowest part of your spine. You can take the bind if that's for you. You know, play around what you want, but really find more of an openness. Openness. When you get to your 5th breath, let's slowly come back to a forward fold. And now shake that out. Bend into the knees. Move from side to side, side to side. I'm going to ask you, for those of you in the chair, come to standing. For those of us forward fold, we're going to roll ourselves up to standing pose. And for those of you in the chair, that's only if you want to get out of the chair. If you don't, that's fine. And then exhale, hands down. Oh, good, okay. Now take your feet apart, hip distance. Bend the knees. Let the hands come back, interlace. This is a sweet spot to reach for that towel for a strap, okay? And really roll the shoulders back. There should be no strain. Keep the knees bent, take the butt back, and we're gonna exhale and just roll down. And you're going to let those arms come up and over. And over to the extent of where over is for you as you stretch out your shoulder girdle. Now remember how we shifted the weight before. Push into your heels. Zip up through the belly as you make your way up. Slowly being mindful of your spine. Lift your chest. Draw the hands down. to help open you up. Exhale, roll yourself back down. And please repeat this 3 more times at your own breath pace. Really allowing yourself to tune into the more somatic experience of your practice. Hanging out with some breath in the spaces that need a little more attention. And adding any movements. When we get to the 5th rotation, relax the arms down. Let the strap lower. Reach for opposite elbows and very kindly sway from side to side. And a very gentle sway. Very sultry sway. Maybe a little even more sensual for this morning for your body. And you're going to wrap yourself all the way up like the phase of the moon and lift the elbows to the sky. Make a full rotation and then kindly come all the way around for a stretch through the other side of the body. And allow yourself to move freely and gracefully as such for the next 3 to 5 breaths in one direction. And if you'd like to invite more fluid movement with the arms away, up and around, add that. Dancers, allow yourself the freedom of expression. And those that have never ever learned the importance of expression, this is your time in the comfort of your own home to let yourself be free. Reverse the direction for those of you wrapping up 5 rounds of breath. This is a really sweet time to tune into resting spaces. Again, reminding yourself you can hold wherever you need for a few breaths. When you get to the 5th count though, y'all, meet in that forward fold. Kind of like gorilla arms here. And in this forward fold, walk your feet in slightly to hip distance apart. Thank you. Bend the knees a lot. Like a lot. That way your tummy and your thighs are touching. Now take your hands and take them to the tops of your feet or behind your calves. For those of you familiar with this particular pose, Pada, we're going to take the hands underneath our feet and we're going to step on our hands. If you have hardcore rings like I do, because I love Back to the Nomadic and I have all this chunky stuff, I have to take my rings off so it doesn't hurt. Now bend the elbows out. Look forward, and on your exhale, just let your head hang heavy as you begin to push the balls of your feet into your hand and straighten the legs. As you breathe, 5 breaths, play with straightening the arms on the inhale. Exhale, bowing forward and pressing the inner thighs back as you look back. Inhaling to inspire. Sending breath out to the hamstrings. Stay awakened. And 2 more. For those of you very familiar with this pose, more advanced practitioners, allow your heels to lift off the ground as you draw your forehead to touch your shins. Sustain for 3 breaths. For those of us wrapping up the last rotation, release the hands, or those of you with the peace finger grip, from your toes. And kindly take your hands to your hips. With a nice flat back, press your hips back, reach your crown forward, push into your heels, lift. Pause for a moment, bend the knees, shift the weight, and allow yourself to come to a space of grounding. Shake, shake, shake. Balancing pose, shift your feet over, your right foot into the ground. I like to spread my toes like the Little Mermaid so I can grab as much ground as possible, and then take the left foot out and slide it in. Kind of how you see those beautiful ballerinas standing in that position. I don't know what it's called. But their toes are out. And then you just slide your foot. So now the toe is on the ground and the heel touches the leg. So you kind of get a visual like that. Really open up your chest. This is a stance already. You don't have to go anywhere else. Once you set the foundation, get your horizon set, and then grow your trees. One hand up the other. If you're on the chair, use the back of the chair, support yourself. Maybe you slide your foot up. Maybe you have your hand to your heart, darling. Good. Couple of breaths more. Yes, you can. Where's your smile? You can smile. You can river dance and smile at the same time. This is okay. You're just learning. It's okay. Just don't put your foot on your knee. Thanks. Good. One more breath, babe. All right, y'all. Now let's bring that foot down. Before you shaky, 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 just go right to the other side. Yes, you can. Oh my gosh, I know. You're going to shake it all out afterward. I'm going to give you a dance party. Couple breaths. Couple breaths. Hear our tiki music in the background. Invite a smile. You want to grow your trees? Grow your trees. Squeeze your butt. Lift your chest. Find your smile. Don't think so much though. Good. Let it go. Let it go. Now, move from side to side. Those of you that were with us yesterday, you know what this is, the Maryland. And now we come out of the space, reach the arms up. Hands to heart, exhale. Nice. Let's add a salute here. Inhale, the arms sweep up. Offer your gifts, your intentions. Exhale, bow forward, fold over the legs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Hang out here for a few breaths. Few breaths. Walk your hands forward. Walk your feet back. You're going to make your way in the direction of a plank pose, and you're going to hold it for 5 breaths. Now, for those of you that want to come all the way down to your bellies and say, opting out, go right ahead. If you're going to stay here or you want to modify, just take your knees down. Okay? 5 breaths. Heels back, heart forward, look forward. Good. Nice. Smile. Squeeze the tummy slightly more. Lower the hips an inch. Yeah. Activate your thighs. Press to your heels. One more breath. Nice. Now on the next exhale, out the mouth and lower down with control or plop down. Your choice. It's all over. Those of us in the chair, let your back rest against the back edge of your chair. Release the hands down here. Move the hips from side to side. In a chair, move your head from side to side. Move your body from side to side. Couple more rounds. My chair friends. Knees sway. Body sway. Head. And then return to center space. Push the pelvic floor into the earth. Gaze is forward, chin touches the mat. From here, lift the arms and maybe roll the shoulders back. This is a sweet spot for your little blanket, or I'm sorry, for your little strap and towel as well, so that you can pull the shoulders back. You can interlace and you can roll your shoulders back here too. However you like to do, you're going to reach back, lift your chest, and maybe even lift your feet off the ground. 5 breaths. Those of us in chair, reaching towards the back edge of the chair. When you're complete, exhale, release. Those in chair, hands to knees, round the spine. Those on the mat, bend the knees, windshield wiper the legs from side to side, hips move side to side, and allow yourself permission to relax. Take a couple breaths here. We're gonna roll all the way over onto our backs. Flapjack pose. Pick your favorite flapjack. Mine is blueberry. Just so you know, blueberries. Once you're on your back, please draw your knees into chest like we did in the beginning. Thus in the chair, we'll do one knee at a time. Those on the ground, rolling from side to side if that is for you. Ultimately, opening up the arms to a T and letting the knees fall to the right as you gaze to the left. Those in the chair, left hand, right knee, right arm behind you, and twist. Those in the chair, feet together. And back to center. Make gentle movements. Shoulder shrugs, those in chair. And take the right hand to the left knee. Left arm extends. Twist to the left. Gaze to the right. I'm sorry, twist to the right, gaze to the left. Just kidding, haha. Mala mia. Inhale, come back to center. And take your favorite closing pose before making your way into Shavasana. As you make your way into Shavasana, taking the next few breaths, really centering yourself through your breath and releasing the attachment to the whole practice altogether. Today's good deed is to forgive someone for a minor resentment that's bothering you. And also remember that you can forgive yourself. In times like these, it's important to find forgiveness, not to sweat the small stuff. Deep breath in and out. Utilizing the props and tools around you, prepare yourself for Shavasana. Allow your mind to just wander. Breathe into inner peace through the whole body. The land of far distances has been our meditation. View a land that stretches afar. To view this land of far distances is to be lifted above the circumstances of the immediate present, to grow an eternal perspective. During difficult times, God, the divine, the source supreme, enables us to see our lives from this viewpoint and regain hope. Open your hearts up today through your meditation, through your mind's eye, and through your spirit, that as a collective, we lift our eyes from the circumstances that discourage us to see the divine in all the splendor and find peace. And find peace. Begin to breathe awareness into your toes, into your fingers, into your bodies. Allowing the arms to reach back if you wish for a good morning stretch. Drawing your knees in, hugging yourself here as you slowly and lazily, on this happy lazy Sunday, make your way up to a seated position, center of the mat. Bring the hands together and the palms touch. To view this land of far distances is to be lifted above the circumstances of the immediate present, to gain an eternal perspective. Forgive those around you It's not worth it. Together we close our class. The sound of Om. Inhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Jai Bhagwan Ki Jai. Namaste. Namaste,